Strive not to be a success, but rather to be a value. Only two things are infinite, the universe and human stupidity, and I'm not sure about the former. You can't blame gravity for falling in love. No problem can be solved from the same level of consciousness that created it. The only source of knowledge is experience. Anyone who has never made a mistake has never tried anything new. Intellectual growth should commence at birth and cease only at death. Once we accept our limits, we go beyond them. There are two ways to live. You can live as if nothing is a miracle. You can live as if everything is a miracle. The important thing is not to stop questioning. Curiosity has its own reason for existing. Pure mathematics is, in its way, the poetry of logical ideas. No amount of experimentation can ever prove me right. A single experiment can prove me wrong. If you can't explain it simply, you don't understand it well enough. We cannot solve our problems with the same thinking we used when we created them. Look deep into nature, and then you will understand everything better. Logic will get you from A to B. Imagination will take you everywhere. I know not with what weapons World War III will be fought, but World War IV will be fought with sticks and stones. Coincidence is God's way of remaining anonymous. It is the supreme art of the teacher to awaken joy in creative expression and knowledge. Imagination is everything. It is the preview of life's coming attractions. Whoever is careless with the truth in small matters cannot be trusted with important matters. I live in that solitude which is painful in youth, but delicious in the years of maturity. Great spirits have always encountered violent opposition from mediocre minds. Any man who reads too much and uses his own brain too little falls into lazy habits of thinking. Intellectuals solve problems. Geniuses prevent them. Life is like riding a bicycle. To keep your balance, you must keep moving. A person who never made a mistake never tried anything new. Weakness of attitude becomes weakness of character. I have no special talent. I am only passionately curious. We can't solve problems by using the same kind of thinking we used when we created them. Peace cannot be kept by force, it can only be achieved by understanding. The world is a dangerous place to live, not because of the people who are evil, but because of the people who don't do anything about it. The true sign of intelligence is not knowledge but imagination. Nationalism is an infantile disease. It is the measles of mankind. Education is what remains after one has forgotten what one has learned in school. Try not to become a man of success, but rather try to become a man of value. Only a life lived for others is a life worthwhile. The value of a man should be seen in what he gives and not in what he is able to receive. If you are out to describe the truth, leave elegance to the tailor. I never think of the future, it comes soon enough. We still do not know 1,000% of what nature has revealed to us. It is strange to be known so universally and yet to be so lonely. The only thing that interferes with my learning is my education. Only one who devotes himself to a cause with his whole strength and soul can be a true master. For this reason, mastery demands all of a person. Science without religion is lame, religion without science is blind. The most beautiful thing we can experience is the mysterious. It is the source of all true art and science. I want to go when I want. It is tasteless to prolong life artificially. I have done my share, it is time to go. I will do it elegantly. I believe that a simple and unassuming manner of life is best for everyone, best both for the body and the mind. The pursuit of truth and beauty is a sphere of activity in which we are permitted to remain children all our lives. A man should look for what is, and not for what he thinks should be. An empty stomach is not a good political advisor. The fear of death is the most unjustified of all fears, for there's no risk of accident for someone who's dead. The environment is everything that isn't me. Most people say that it is the intellect which makes a great scientist. They are wrong, it is character. The only real valuable thing is intuition. Force always attracts men of low morality. Never do anything against conscience, even if the state demands it. When the solution is simple, God is answering. We cannot despair of humanity, since we ourselves are human beings. Do not worry about your difficulties in mathematics. I can assure you mine are still greater. Politics is for the present, but an equation is for eternity. The high destiny of the individual is to serve rather than to rule. In order to be an immaculate member of a flock of sheep, one must above all be a sheep oneself. All religions, arts, and sciences are branches of the same tree. The monotony and solitude of a quiet life stimulates the creative mind. I think and think for months and years. 99 times, the conclusion is false. The 100th time I am right. The distinction between the past, present, and future is only a stubbornly persistent illusion. Nothing is more destructive of respect for the government and the law of the land than passing laws which cannot be enforced. Memory is deceptive because it is colored by today's events. The whole of science is nothing more than a refinement of everyday thinking. Information is not knowledge. It is a miracle that curiosity survives formal education. Love is a better teacher than duty. Anger dwells only in the bosom of fools. Few are those who see with their own eyes and feel with their own hearts. If I were not a physicist, I would probably be a musician. I often think in music. I live my daydreams in music. I see my life in terms of music. I love to travel, but hate to arrive. True religion is real living, living with all one's soul, with all one's goodness and righteousness. You cannot simultaneously prevent and prepare for war.